session on the topic navigating tax tech innovations, implementations, and AI integrations. I would like to call Mr. Neeraj Goenka, VP Taxation, Tata AIA Life Insurance. Mr. Neeraj Goenka is currently heading Tax Strategy and Compliance, serving as Vice President in Tata AIA Life Insurance, having more than 17 years of work experience in corporates. I would like to call Mr. Neeraj on board, please.
I have been given the topic on tax technology. This topic itself requires a lot of debates, and even hours of discussion is not sufficient. But I have to complete it in 15 minutes. So what I have did, I have through our past experience in our entire journey of tax transformation, I have just collated few thoughts. I'll take you through. So these are the four key drivers of tax technology, right? It's dynamic tax regulations of the government, GST, frequent changes of the government amendments, integration with the direct tax laws, with the GST portals, and so many amendments are there. Even government is requiring the international data, even for example, in case of FATCA CRS, right? So government are asking us so many notices, even on FATCA CRS. So many GST notices are required. So government is, the law is dynamic, and accordingly our system needs to be updated accordingly. The potential risk and mitigation. So basically the requirement of the management is that to identify risk or non-compliances even before it arises, right? And accordingly, without digital adoption, it cannot be imagined, right? And through data mining, we can have potential issues, and accordingly we can expect that even we can update management that before updation of these arises. Tax priorities of board perspective. The key agenda of the today's board is that zero tolerance towards non-compliances, right? And taxation is become all the more critical, and it can be augmented through trust on systems, trust on processes, and trust on data. And changing landscape, I'll be taking through in my subsequent slide in detail. So these are the several of the technological adoption trend across the globe and India. So global digital transformation market to grow at a CAGR of 71.21% between 22 and 27. This is staggering growth is expected. Digital expenditure on digital is projected to be 3.4 trillions by 2026, and 56% of the organization plan to increase IT spends now. Digital maturity in India, and surprisingly, only 11% of the finance leaders believe their organization are at the stage of the digital transformation. 73% of finance function have just started digital function. Digital leaders witness a staggering 55% in productivity compared to their peers. See, so the organizations which have reached 50% to 60% of their digital transformation, they have feel that there is a 50% and 5% increase in the productivity. Similarly, this is very interesting. Employees in organization equipped with adequate workplace technology exhibited 230% higher level of engagement and are 85% more inclined to continue with the organization. Now, how to embark into digital journey? Effective change management is the key. As per McKinsey study, only 30% of digital transformation projects succeed due to lack of focus on change of management. So now management needs to bring clear-cut strategy, guidelines, and the plan and accordingly the KPIs of the manpower needs to be very clear and focused. The proper training and upskilling of the manpower and the enjoy and the success story should be celebrated for each of the small milestone, so that this can be more effective. Data governance, as it was covered in the last speaker by Rajesh. So 33.8% CFO preferred single source of data, while 82% of finance leaders believe data analytics is critical for organizational sustainable growth. So I'll take this in little detail. Suppose in our insurance industry, customer onboarding journey, it consists of several onboarding journey where data structures are different formats, different patterns of data are there. Now, around 30 lakhs, 40 lakhs of data set is there. But in order to get the harmonization of the data, how to do that? So what we have did through data lake system and with the adoption of BI tool, we have studied the various fields required for our consumption, and not for immediately 1 or 2 years. We have did it for entire 5 years journey. What can be the probable validations which can be used, and accordingly we have asked IT to prepare a unified data structure project itself. And so basically, this data structure, which is very much useful to deliver our GST returns definitely on time, to fast track on the GST notices supply of data. Majorly now time can be spent more on the analytics of the data and also the supply of data for the purposes of management. Even through this data lake project, now we are in a position to help other departments, maybe operations and some of the department, to give them the data of the customers. Now phasing out legacy system integration. So this is definitely, it's a very difficult thing. Legacy system phasing out already 20 years of the organization, 50 lakhs, 60 lakhs of data is already there. So still we are not able to achieve this journey completely. It's maybe 20% is there. Now, adoption of right technology is very, very critical. Suppose this I will focus more on the cost benefit also. Suppose if for a small processes which can be handled through RPA, if organization is putting money into suppose AI or some other expensive tool, so that may not be the complete clear picture. So basically, adoption of right technology, we have did it for preparing our 15 CA registers, etc. Now, adequate measures to prevent cybersecurity threats, like so we have got the clear mandate to wherever we have used third-party tool, right? And so we have given the clear instructions to all the vendors through our InfoSec team that there should be single sign-on procedure needs to be adopted so that even these tools cannot be used in any other system apart from the IT asset given to the employees. And upskilling tax force. So 60% organization plan to invest in upskill tax force employees. So what we have did, we have tried to reduce dependency on the IT, and we have tried to upgrade our own employees of taxation. So for example, now employees have learned the Power BI tools, or maybe some of the employees are also using Python, so that they can extract the data as and when needed, and they can supply the relevant information. So these are some of the use case function which we are using in our tax function. So for example, with 15 CACB automation, this we have did from extracting the data till preparation of the utility, then uploading into the tax portal and downloading the form and immediately mailing to the respective users. The entire system is completely automated. Similarly, 26 AS reconciliation, tax audit requirement, clause 44, 34, and state level trial balance for GSTs. So AI-based litigation support, and I'll take a little more minute on that. So so we have not completely implemented, but what we are trying to achieve from this is, so this tool will read the show cause notices received by the various authorities. It can prepare the summary of the show cause notices, and it can store the summary, and also with the relevant keywords, it can find out the relevant cases so that I can prepare the draft show cause notice also with the help of this AI tool. And litigation management can also be maintained over the years. Automated invoices, booking supplier of invoices, monitoring vendor compliances. A lot of vendor master related information is being asked by the government. For example, PAN Aadhaar link with specified persons, multiple GST filing status of the vendors, even MSME also, which we can track through these tools. And real-time integration of GST ITC with the payment cycle of the vendors. So for instance, we have integrated our ERP with the vendor tool, and the moment only after it get matched with the government to be, payment get released to the vendors. So changing landscape, tax as a strategic business partner rather than just compliance, because now tax has to be dealt with as a hand in hand with the business in support their business decision, and accordingly within four corners of the law we have to support the business. Focus on core and full automation of the recurring critical process. This is the key agenda given by the board management. So that employees can be more focused on the strategic, and then they can be effectively utilized for handling the future litigation and strategic function. Industry is expected to pace up with the government as government is moving ahead. Responsibility towards board, as I've already covered, that assurance to the board is basis the trust of data, trust on systems, trust on processes, and board is more comfort when our all systems are in place. Leveraging tax professional skill more into maximize efficiency, productivity, rather data preparation. And so stay relevant and survive and embrace new technology for competitive edge is the new mantra to survive and in the corporate world. Thank you. This is the complete summary of my presentation.
Neeraj, I would like to ask you to stay back on the stage, please. And to do the felicitation, I would like to call Mr. Malav Dalwadi, Director, Microvista Technologies Private Limited. Can we have a huge round of applause for Mr. Neeraj Goenka?